microwave ovens and satellite communications, it's hard to imagine that at the turn of the century, bicycle riders were the fastest thing on wheels. That was until Henry Ford built an automobile with enough horsepower to surpass a cyclist's pedal power. From the first modern Olympic Games in 1896 to Barcelona 1992, the bicycle has gone through many technological advances. One of the first significant changes in cycling, aluminum rims replaced wooden rims in the early 40s.
Now we have disc wheels. This particular one is made of carbon fiber. The full cover helps in aerodynamics, decreasing the wind drag. You will see this used in the Olympics in the team time trial event.
Steel pedals and toe clips with leather straps date to the beginning of cycling competition.
We now have a pedal system without clips and straps. It offers easy exit and easy entrance into the pedal.
Until the 1930s, bicycles only had fixed gears. Derailleurs then took over, enabling the riders to shift gears from a lever attached to the frame.
Now we have shifting right here on our handlebars. This is the most recent innovation in cycling today. Shifting is right here on our fingertips. It's much quicker and much more precise.
For more than 3/4 of this century, the diamond-shaped frame of the bicycle was of chrome moly steel construction.
Today we have titanium frames. Titanium is lighter than steel, but just as strong. These frames are relatively new to the sport, coming onto the scene in the last 4 or 5 years. Titanium is the most sought-after frame in the Olympics.
Titanium frames, carbon fiber. What will they think of next? Sports Illustrated calls them the Dream Team, a magical blend of
Why I'm staying with it, you know, and training so hard for Barcelona, and I'd like to see our team do well. We had a really frustrating year in Seoul.
Bob finished a disappointing 4th in '88, but plans to be right on target in '92. Patience and stamina are essential to successful shooting. Events can last as long as 2.5 hours, are determined by mere millimeters. Shots are fired from 50 meters at a bullseye smaller than a dime. This requires intense concentration and a rock-steady hand.
Before the match, I'll be working on focusing on what I want to do, getting mentally prepared for the competition. Normally for an individual shot, I'll do some visualization, what I want, what I want it to look like, what I want to see.
Bob hopes his many years of determination will pay off. If his visualization and his aim are true, Bob could be striking gold. Well, throughout the city of Barcelona, not difficult to find a game of boulet, or in Barcelona, bolas. I'm not sure we can hang around long enough in this go to give you a final score, but we do have some updates on Olympic news as we go to our Olympic newsreel. The Olympic torch was set in Olympia, Greece on June 5th, but its journey to Barcelona did not get off to a smooth start. A Greek hammer thrower admitted he stole the flame on its 3rd leg out of Olympia. Fortunately, the original flame was still burning, enabling officials to light a backup torch and continue the procession. 15-year-old Shannon Miller of Oklahoma City upstaged fellow American and the world champion Kim Zmeskal at the U.S. Olympic trials. It was Miller's first full competition since returning from elbow surgery. The slender 4'6", 70-pound Miller outscored Zmeskal in the all-around competition, despite Zmeskal's perfect 10 in the vault. Five-time world champion John Smith named World Wrestler of the Year by the sport's governing body. Smith became the first non-Soviet honored in the award's 7-year history. Smith dethroned 2-time award winner Alexander Karelin. Well, we all know that the final result does make the news, but as wily Bud Greenspan knows well, sometimes the most dramatic creative part of an Olympic story is after the final result. Let's join Bud Greenspan for this Olympic moment.
was a Japanese judo player by the name of Yamashita, who I had never heard of, and Nancy Beffer, my executive producer, was in Japan 6 months before the games, and she came back and said, we've got to do Yamashita. I said, what is a Yamashita? She says, he's more important than the emperor in Japan. I said, what did he do? He's undefeated judo player. Judo in the United States is comparable to cricket. So we had about 2 or 3 cameras over there. The man's undefeated in 9 years. He goes through his first 2 bouts and gets injured at the end of the second. And then we get a call from there that the guy's injured. So now we have a story. We don't know whether we have a story. In any event, under amazing courage, he comes and wins the 3rd and 4th event and wins the gold medal. He stands on the victory platform and starts to cry. Now, you couldn't plan this, the Japanese in public crying. And when this vignette came out in 16 Days of Glory, it was the most written about, mainly because those who were writing about it said, where were the networks when all this happened? And the reason why it's so interesting is because if I was at a network, it would have been my story. But we're in the era of USA, 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 and bottom line ratings and what have you, so is USA Sports.